Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to speak about Barcelona's financial situation regarding the 1-1 rule, and then later in the video we're also going to be talking about the potential signing of Dani Olmo, and then speak about the performance of Gündogan, because man, let me tell you, it's getting extremely hard to think about who is going to be Hansi Flick's main number 10 in the 4-2-3-1 system. Now before we do get started, I know that many have been questioning, why are we even talking about Dani Olmo? Didn't we just talk about Nico Williams, a player who's supposed to be reinforcing the left wing position? And I understand that. Before we even talk about Dani Olmo, we have to remember that Barcelona do like to prepare in this way. As a matter of fact, many clubs like to prepare in this way. When they know they have to reinforce a certain position, they're not just looking at one player. It's going to be a total of 3 to 4 players, because usually the main player that they want to get is not 100% guaranteed. It would be irresponsible for us and for Barcelona to just set their eyes on just one player and never ever be prepared for other alternatives. Dani Olmo is an alternative to Nico Williams. Because remember, it is just not 100% guaranteed. The main player that we could be going for may not even go through due to wages, maybe the fee of the player, maybe the club does not want to sell the player, or the player himself does refuse to come to the club. So we just never know. And that is why today we are going to be speaking about Dani Olmo. But first, let's talk about exactly where Barcelona financially are at the moment. Barcelona do have a date to announce the agreement that would allow for them to go to the 1-1 rule. In the past 9 to 10 months, there have been so many negotiations going on between Barcelona and a technology company in Dubai. As of now, Barcelona are so advanced that they're currently just looking at the small terms within the contract to really make it official. This is what's going to allow for Barcelona to sell 15% stake in Barca Vision that once did belong to Libero. The reason why it's going to this technology company in Dubai and not Libero is because Libero did not pay what they were supposed to be paying, which ultimately led to Barcelona going through such a difficult financial situation. But now they have everything ready. The reason why this is important is because once they do sell 15% of Barca Vision to this company in Dubai, La Liga is going to approve that and say, okay, Barcelona is ready, they have sufficient funds, they have showed why they should go back to the 1-1 rule, and that is when Barcelona will achieve the 1-1 rule and sign the players that they do want without any restrictions. Remember, at the time that I'm making this video, Barcelona have until June 30th to show to La Liga the figures that they are asking for. And this is very important because the fact that Barcelona will be able to sell 15% of Barca Vision to a brand new company, they don't necessarily have to sell any of their players or activate a brand new lever in order to achieve the 1-1 rule. So once they do lock down this deal and it is official before June 30th, then after that they will go to the 1-1 rule and then complete the Nike deal, which is also going to implement 100 million euros in bonuses this summer that Barcelona can play around with. So Barcelona will be in a huge financial position to sign the players that they want. Like we have stated before, the amount of new players they want to bring in will be a total of 4, but now the question is, who could those 4 players be? In my opinion, I think that it is going to be Nico Williams, Mikel Merino, Joshua Kimmich, and potentially, maybe if they have enough funds after then, Zubimendi. So now moving on towards the conversation of Dani Olmo, because it says here according to Sport that Deco has conveyed their interest to Dani Olmo's agent. The sporting director wants to lay the foundations now so the club can make a move when they're ready to do so. Barcelona's idea also is to negotiate with RB Leipzig and find a formula. Hansi Flick has given the okay to the potential signing of Dani Olmo. He also likes Nico Williams, but the Leipzig forward would be his preferred pick if given a choice. Then we have other sources claiming that Deco had a meeting yesterday with the agents of Dani Olmo and Mikayil Faye. They wanted to study the feasibility of Olmo's potential signing. So like I've said, Dani Olmo is going to be one of the choices to reinforce the left wing position. He's not the main target. Nico Williams is still the priority. Dani Olmo is a player that is very versatile. The fact that Olmo can play in multiple positions, like the attacking midfield position, as a central midfielder, as a right winger, as a left winger, and also as a deep line midfielder, that is what makes Barcelona so interested in the player. His flexibility is immense. He also does have insane technical proficiency. His vision, his creativity is also admired by Deco. Olmo has been amazing at RB Leipzig. In the 2022-2023 season, he played 31 matches, scored 5 goals, and provided 9 assists. In the 2023-2024 season, he played 25 matches and scored 8 goals and provided 5 assists. Dani Olmo is also a player who knows many of the Barcelona players today. He's actually currently in the Spanish national team in the Euros, playing with Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, and other players. Knowing Hansi Flick and how he's going to be implementing a 4-2-3-1 system, I can see Dani Olmo playing in the left wing position, also as a central attacking midfielder or even a right winger. He can play in any of those positions. I don't think that he's going to be having a set position in the attack. Dani Olmo was also part of La Masia a few years ago, so he understands the club's footballing philosophy, and that is what's going to allow for the reduction of the time needed for him to be implemented implemented into the system. He's going to be fitting in like a glove. Now his release clause is going to be 60 million euros, 10 million euros more than Nico Williams. And I do not know how Barcelona do view this operation in terms of the financials, because one of the main reasons why Nico Williams would be such an easy signing is because Athletic Club are going to allow Barcelona to pay for the player in installments. Will RB Leipzig also allow such an operation like Nico Williams? We don't know. But to be honest, 60 million euros for Dani Olmo, I just don't think that it's worth it to pay 50 million euros for Nico Williams, who is 5 years younger than Dani Olmo. To me, seems like the better option. Nico Williams also does have a higher ceiling and better understands many of the players in the squad. There's a reason why De La Fuente uses Nico Williams as the main starter in the front three and not Dani Olmo. Sportingly, I just think that it makes much more sense to have Nico Williams over Olmo, which is how Barcelona do view the left wing position. So we're going on the right track. I think that it would be a shame to see Barcelona lose out on Nico and for us to be forced to go for Dani Olmo, because if we sign Olmo this summer, in the next year, if we want to go for Nico again, he's going to be losing so much more prominence, because there will be a high chance that Nico Williams renews his contract with Athletic Club. And comparing Dani Olmo and Nico Williams, you can just see that Nico Williams just dominates Dani Olmo in every aspect of the game. He's better than him in key passes, off actions, carries, dribbles, assists, you name it. It's in everything. Dani Olmo gets obliterated. If we also look at Dani Olmo's leaderboard appearances, awards, and honors, he does not really dominate anything. Like literally, there is nothing that he dominates in. There is nothing that he was special on last season. And then you look at Nico Williams, now you can see that he is much more dominant in the leagues and has won some awards. He was claimed as the 4th best player in terms of assists within the top 5 leagues. He was named as the 3rd best player in terms of assists per 90 in La Liga. He was named as the 2nd best player in goal creating actions per 90 in La Liga last season. He was in 2nd place in terms of goal creating actions in total in La Liga last season. Carries into the penalty area in 6th place in La Liga. Progressive passes recovered 4th place in La Liga yet again. Successful take-ons within the top 5 leagues. He ranked in 9th place in La Liga. He ranked in 2nd place. So Nico Williams looks much more of a monster compared to Dani Olmo. So hopefully Nico can be ours and we can forget about this operation of Olmo. Now moving on towards the last conversation, and I do want to speak about Gündogan, because the 33-year-old attacking midfielder Gündogan, who wins the Player of the Match award between the match of Germany and Hungary, where they have won 2-0. He was able to assist Musiala's goal and also scored a goal himself to make it 2-0. It is the vintage Gündogan that we are seeing right now, somebody who knows how to find space inside the box. He is one of the most underrated midfielders in the past 10 years, I think, because he has been doing so many different things, being able to achieve so many different levels in multiple positions. The cutback coming from Germany's left back was also amazing, which allowed for Gündogan to score the 2nd goal. In this game, Gündogan had 38 out of 45 passes completed, 2 chances created, 1 goal, 1 assist, 51 touches, and named man of the match against Hungary. And this was not his only good game. In the previous game against Scotland, he had a pre-assist against Havertz that nobody saw coming, and then he also had a penalty won where he was willing to sacrifice his ankle just to get the penalty and really put Germany forward. I think one of the reasons why Germany is so special in the Euro tournament right now is because of Gündogan's contribution. He is so difficult to block inside that penalty area. Like nobody has yet to successfully really defend Gündogan in a good way. And the best thing from all of this is that he's the captain of Germany for the first time in his career. And I remember he made a post on social media basically explaining just how special it felt to him to be named as the captain for the German national team going into the Euros, and he is really delivering. So like this whole thing, right, and no disrespect to Kroos, I think that Kroos is a legend. I love Kroos. I love the way that he has played with Real Madrid. Also his performances at Bayern Munich 10 years ago were also amazing. I really do respect Kroos, but everybody was talking about Kroos in the past week because of how many passes he has completed, but nobody has been talking about Gündogan just as much as Kroos. Like yes, it's important for a midfielder to complete 100 passes out of like 100, right? But Gündogan, really? Somebody who scored a goal and provided an assist against Hungary and then made a pre-assist against Scotland and won a penalty for Scotland, you're going to tell me that Gündogan does not deserve more recognition than Kroos? Like again, I'm not trying to disrespect Kroos. Kroos has been amazing. Don't mistake me for what I'm saying here. I just think that Gündogan deserves much more recognition. I feel like if Gündogan said, I'm going to be retiring this summer and this is going to be my last tournament, everybody would be talking about Gündogan. And so moving on from that, I don't know if this is a one-off performance of Gündogan or this is just a new level that he is reaching, because I just don't know who's going to be starting in the number 10 position now. Because if Gündogan maintains this level for another year, who is going to be playing as the 10 in the 4-2-3-1 system under Hansi? Is it going to be Fermin Lopez? Is it going to be Gündogan? Is it going to be Pedri? Because for sure, what's not going to be moved is the double pivot position. There's no way. He's not going to be sacrificing a pivot for another central attacking midfielder. So there's not going to be a 4-3-3 with Gündogan sitting with Pedri. There's only going to be one number 10. We can say that Gündogan can just play as a 6, but you're missing the whole point. Gündogan is a phenomenal attacking midfielder that deserves to be either an 8 or a 10 within any team, and Hansi Flick does know this. You bring this version of Gündogan to Barcelona, you're going to be having amazing results for months to come. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.